The Horror Story Auto Rifle is a drop obtainable from haunted lost sectors during Festival of the Lost. It can roll with some neat perks, and I think it's usable, but I don't like it. It's not about the stats, the archetype, or the fire rate. The reason why I don't like it is the design of the gun, how I feel when I use it. Keep in mind that this is just my opinion. If you like this gun, then you do you, homie. Don't let me tell you otherwise. In Destiny 2, people often describe how it feels to use a certain gun. Some people don't like Ariana's Vow because it feels clunky. Some people don't like Sweet Business because it blocks half the screen. How a gun feels is almost as important as the stats on a gun. When a gun has both good stats and feel, it immediately becomes a widespread favorite. One of those guns for me is Scathlock. Good stats, good perks, feels good, great gun, case closed. Horror Story is not that gun. Every time I use it, I feel like I'm slowly shooting popcorn at people. But the gun's stats don't actually reflect that. After reviewing my own gameplay footage, I found that Horror Story was doing its job. It cleared ads, the fire rate was decent, the magazine size was okay. It's not the best, but it's serviceable. So why did it feel so bad? First things first, the sound of the gun. Just listen to it. It sounds a bit thin, kinda like a toy gun. The kind that makes a tack 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 sounds with no bullets. I find no weight behind that sound, no impact, no damage. It's a very light feeling. Compare that to the sounds of two other 450 RPM auto rifles, Braytech Werewolf and The Number. Listen to it. Braytech has that higher ping sound with a slight hint of some laser sound effect. Each bullet sounds significant and distinct. The Number is deeper and rounder, giving you that oomph feeling per shot. Doesn't feel as heavy as a 360 RPM, but it feels heavier than its 600 RPM cousins, which is something expected of a 450 RPM. Both these sounds accomplish the same goal: satisfaction. The gun feels satisfying to use. At the end of the day, that's all we're looking for really. Satisfaction. If a gun satisfies your needs and your demands, then it is your gun. Hell, that's the whole reason we play Destiny 2, to satisfy our crippling addiction to it. At least that's my reason for playing Destiny 2. When a gun fails to satisfy you, you start seeing faults and flaws in its other aspects. The reload sound, magazine size, the sights, bullet spread, the shooting animation. That is precisely the case for Horror Story, and it all added up into one horrific mess. As some people once said, a few bad apples ruin the bunch. Horror Story fails to satisfy me. I do not feel satisfied when I shoot this gun. The weapon perks and stats aren't good enough to redeem it either, because no matter how bad a gun is, if it's got god tier stats, people will use it. Not Horror Story though. And that is my theory on why Horror Story is a horror story. Comment down below what you guys think about Horror Story. Do you like its design? Are the perks good enough to justify using it? Do you like using Horror Story? And that's it for today, folks. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like. I upload content weekly, so consider subscribing if you're interested. I'll catch you guys later. Good night and sweet dreams. Meme Cat, signing off.
You have advantage. Finish.
Oh my god!